en
En
español.
español. Ok, ahora vamos a comenzar el episodio.
Sí, porque somos bilingües, somos globales.
Sí, somos bilingües.
Sí, so, mi gente latina,
Ajá.
¿qué es algo que te excita?
¿Qué episodio este? ¿Qué es este episodio?
We sound like we just crossed over.
Pero tú sabes lo que
Episodio
excita.
18.
Excite otra cosa. Eso es como que algo sexual.
Ajá.
Y eso yo lo
Ok.
aprendí en Santo Domingo porque yo dije, oh my God, yo estoy bien excitada. Y me dijeron, wow.
Oh, so ¿qué quieres decir? Como yo digo,
Se me
excited in
olvida
Spanish.
cómo
Es orgulloso. No.
Y
emocionada.
emocionada.
¿qué
Estoy
Yo
emocionada.
estoy muy
¿Qué-
emocionada.
¿Qué es algo de tu carrera que te está emocionando ahora mismo?
Gramercy Theater.
Eso.
let's go.
Gramercy Theater, yo estoy muy emocionada en eso. Tenemos a la Yuri Reyes. Tenemos a
La Rosa.
La Rosa.
¿Usted le han dicho a la gente?
No,
Not
todavía,
yet, this is
pero,
literally
pero,
it. This
pero
is-
aquí estamos hablando de esto. Es una cosa que es increíble y es un sueño realidad. Diache, pero el español mío está malísimo.
No, pero es que el problema es que en el español no se ha olvidado, es que no lo estamos practicando.
No lo estamos
Y
practicando
nosotros
mucho,
somos
¿no?
mejor amigas, pero no hablamos español nunca.
No, y tú sabes lo que algunas veces, como yo digo, yo estoy... Y entonces se me olvida la
¿Qué
palabra.
quiere decir eso? ¿Qué quiere decir eso? ¿Tú estás
Que
qué?
yo estoy...
En ratatá.
En ratatá, como que mi español está así, que guau, 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 guau. Una vez, los otros días yo estaba hablando con una mujer y me dice, diache, pero tu español está bueno como si tú te criaste en la República Dominicana. Ella me dijo
No,
eso
es
a mí.
que tú suenas bueno.
Pero la cosa es que mi pronunciación está bien, pero me estoy olvidando palabras.
A uno a
Ok.
veces, uno se le va la palabra porque uno no está practicando, pero a veces cuando tú te pones en eso, que te sale así natural, mira, fra, 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 fra. Pero entonces uno se turba a veces.
Eso, sí, yo me esturbo
That's
mucho.
Dominican
Yo me turbo mucho y entonces cuando yo tengo la presión de sabiendo que yo tengo que hablar en inglés o en español en frente de un montón de gente,
Tú
me
viste
estoy
cómo te salió
cagando.
eso ahí.
No,
Sí,
tú
yo me
tú
cago
suena-
encima.
Te suena suave.
¡Suavemente!
You know, the shit that be pissing me off about speaking Spanish is that I do be trying. No, it's too late. I already
No,
gave
no,
up.
no, no.
I'm always just,
no.
y'all got me drunk on this.
No, de que y'all got me drunk, but she introduced the joke. And
She's
she's
like,
like, the bottle.
Every time
I've been
I
dying
speak
to drink a little
Spanish,
bit.
I be trying to talk Spanish to my grandma, and I be speaking like,
Sí.
Yo, mamá, ¿cómo te estás? She's like, háblame en español.
Ay.
I'm like, this is my heart is Spanish.
Yeah.
So I just be giving up.
You
Like,
say mama, and that's what I call my grandmother, mama.
yes, your mama.
That's
What do
what I
you
call
call
my
your
grandma.
grandmother?
Yeah, what were you calling her? What were
No,
you
no,
calling
like,
her?
because other
Alguna
people
gente
say
dicen
abuela.
No.
abuela.
I don't ever call my grandma abuela. I've
Yeah.
never son abuela.
My
Sí.
son
That's-
calls my mom abuela.
Mm.
Sionhuela.
Oh,
And
okay.
then, you know, I'm an abuela now. And I'm like, no,
I
call
always
me
forget
Nana.
that you a grandma.
Yeah.
A whole grandma.
You're the hottest grandma.
I
You're
am.
really hot. You're
Yeah.
really hot. And
I
you,
only-
you at that age, girl, like you
Yeah.
said, you could get with the man, with the
Grandfather.
with the
You could get with the whole
grandfather,
generation.
you could
Yeah, I'll get
all
with
of
the
them.
mom too if I get gay.
Yeah.
Epa.
I'm done. But yeah, I don't call my grandma abuela.
Yeah, mama.
It just feels so like professional Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah. But okay, so today we're talking about, speaking of abuelas, you think your grandma's is proud of you?
Y yo estoy muy emocionada también que estamos aquí con el
Let's try it, because this,
refresco Morir Soñando.
let's
Sí.
see. Let me try. Have you tried this, Rose?
No, buenísimo.
Let me
Está
try.
bueno esto.
Y es bueno con un,
'Cause you know-
un vasito con hielo.
Because you know I'm very picky. And that's
Shout
it.
out to Morir Soñando.
They got Morir
Sisters
Soñando in a
Dream,
can?
Ajá.
Delicioso
Shout out
drinks.
to So Delicioso Drinks, yes.
The Mayor DP, gracias.
man.
La
Gracias.
representación, tú ves, se me fue la palabra.
es que
Dominicana.
eso pasa,
Let me
pero
see.
tú sabes que tenemos que tener grace.
Wow, look at us.
Nah,
It
está
tastes
rico.
just like Maurice Soñando.
I'm telling you,
Maurice?
it's like, look how pretty, look how
Let me
pretty
say
it
the
is.
thing.
Look how pretty.
Wow.
En un vaso con hielo, hasta mejor.
Ay, sí,
Let me say
con un
something.
hielito ahí.
Gloria a Dios, Gloria a Maurice Soñando.
¡Ah!
This tastes really
Oye, esto
good.
está un chin de ron, se le puede meter.
Look,
This with some Hennessy, girl, I'm out all night.
Yo, for real.
I'm out all
And
night.
for people that are not familiar with this drink,
Mhm.
so Morir Soñando, direct translation is Die Dreaming.
Daydreaming.
It tastes like a orange icicle. That's what it tastes like. Like, you know,
Creamsicle.
like creamsicle.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. She got
Yeah.
it. Creamsicle.
This is good. This is good. This is
What does it
Something you can
translate
take to the beach.
Sasha? What is
Die Dreaming?
yeah.
you know, you either live your dreams
Or you die.
dreaming.
Do you
them.
feel like you're living your dream?
I'm definitely living my dreams. I'm definitely
You're living
one.
the exact dream that you put on your vision board?
I'm getting there 100%. It's funny because today I realized I'm like, yo, I'm getting so much closer to that girl in the vision board.
I remember when I went to your house a few years ago when we were doing skits, and you were like, and I got my vision board.
Yeah.
And you were like, and I can't wait to be on TV to represent us.
Yeah.
And you did that. You were in a whole movie.
My Girl, Righteous
I
Thieves.
did.
Let's
I
go.
Like
did a
that
movie.
vision board.
The vision board.
True.
Yeah, the vision boards is true. So I was able to do a TV show called Lecture Dímelo.
Yeah.
And I did a couple movies like De Lo Mío that's on the Criterion channel, which is amazing. And also a movie that's from Lionsgate. It's called Righteous Thieves.
Yeah.
I saw that. I was so proud of you. I was promoting.
Thank you.
Like I was your street team.
Yeah.
I was so happy.
I paid for the film.
Me too.
Yeah.
Thank
We
you.
went to the movies.
$3.99.
It's free on Tubi right now.
Yeah,
It's
well-
on Tubi for free. So if you guys want to watch it, it's
She looked like a badass.
I was so
Yeah.
excited because it was my first feature film. And, you know, I had this idea of like what things were going to be like. And it didn't happen like that. But I'm grateful because I had that experience. And I just got to see how Hollywood functions. So I got to learn so much about like the behind the scenes of things. So then it kind of makes me realize like too, what I really learned was unless I create opportunities for myself, they're not going to happen. They're not going to happen. They're not going to happen. Like I'm already seeing with everything that we're doing with Mori Soñando, like producing this podcast, doing the Gramercy Theater and like doing these things and then, you know, doing it and people being like, oh, I want to be part of whatever it is that you're doing. And I'm like, that is my lane. Like I'm not plopping talent. Like I'm not somebody that like I should know how to audition. That's not my strongest suit. But I've always been able to create a career for myself because I put in the work to be who I am.
Yeah.
I created my name. That's why I have a name.
Sasha Mercy.
Yeah. I mean, my mom gave me the name.
Yeah. But she knew.
But she knew. She
What
knew
about you?
something.
What are you proud of?
Yeah.
Proud. You know what? I'm not the kind
What
of
dreams are you living that came to reality?
Girl, everything.
Well, I will say being on Netflix.
Yes.
That's something that I don't really like marinate on the accomplishment because it's still fresh. So I usually wait a few months to be like, I did that. So when I did the first time I was on Netflix, because you know it was 2 times. The first time I didn't watch the tape that I did for months. And then at the end of the year, I'm like, let me go watch this. And I was like, it wasn't that bad. Because I'm very hard on myself. I'm like, this was actually very, like, I feel like people got an understanding of who I am. So I'm like, so I just don't really like, honestly, I don't really take stock of all the stuff that I've done, but like, I've done a lot. And I don't do a good job of like talking about it and like archiving and documenting it. So it's easy to like, even like the show I just did, Funny AF, a lot of people are like, you know, how do they find these people? I'm like, I've been in the scene for 8 years. Like, I'm not really good at like the internet stuff. I'm not really good at like boasting it, but like in the underground comedy scene, like everybody knows who I am.
Yeah, you're in the circuit. You're making the rounds.
I'm in the circuit, but I also like put in a lot of elbow grease into that circuit. Like I'm not somebody that just came to the circuit to get something, to get on Netflix. Right. It's like I've produced so many shows. Like I'm talking about hundreds of shows.
Yeah.
I've done everybody's show, bar show, shows in Connecticut, shows in Boston. Like,
yo, for real.
So it's not just like, I think it's harder to see like the underground stuff. So when I get on a show like this, they're like, why they picked her? I'm like, well, when you come to a real comedy show, you're gonna understand why they picked me.
Right.
So I feel like, you know, like, cause I'm not on the internet. Like I'm not, I didn't come from that. I came from like literally the bottom to the top.
I think everyone has just their own journey.
Yeah, and I'm
internet or not. No, I'm not trying to say that you're
my ministry.
It's the steps that everybody puts in. Everybody has such a different journey because people come from, you know, some people will travel 3-4 hours in a train for a show, and someone else will be like, I'm not going an hour on the train.
No, I've never said no to nothing.
You know, like, so putting in the steps really is what counts, and that pays off at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's consistency too.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, like what online is like consistency. Like now it's just like you have to be consistent on it, blah, blah. That also takes a lot of like energy.
Yeah.
And then it's like being physical and like doing the shows. That's another thing that people don't understand. It's just like there's 2 different worlds that people are learning how to, you know.
Yep.
they're all skill sets. Like I can't say, like even me, I'm trying, I got my little Nick fan show that I'm doing right now. It just takes work. I'm like, this was fun for like a day. I got to keep doing this.
Yeah.
Like I have to keep giving, So it's like, I just think there's different skill sets. And when it comes to my personal dream, like my dream was to just, I don't even know anymore what my dream was. What was it? I just wanted to make friends.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be seen, and I wanted to like really represent my culture well and just have freedom.
Yeah.
And I do think I have freedom.
Yeah. I think for me, it was just mostly like, what I learned was I wanted to be the person to give opportunities and, speak for our people and all that stuff. And then when I got to Hollywood, I was just like, oh my God, I'm not the only one. It was just that we ended up in purgatory. Like I was just like in this, I just visualized like this hallway of like all these people that were just like me that were trying to make it.
Yeah.
But you don't get to see them, but they get so criticized back home. Like as soon as we get a TV show on TV, they go, oh my God, but that's not us. And if I was in the room, I would do this. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
You don't know.
Shut the fuck up, because you haven't even written a fucking script. That's another thing.
Have a seat.
Like that's another thing too. It's like the people love to criticize like what Hollywood is. And it's just like, it is a machine, right? But for you to criticize people for the things that they're doing, it takes a lot. Like even like, I'm just gonna talk about J-Lo for a second, right? Like there's a lot of ways that like, I'm like, she's like an auntie that you like, the auntie you love to hate, but you also love her because you're like, she's the aunt that like, that comes to the house like fully dressed and has that mink coat and will sit in the couch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she reminds me of that aunt that might say something that people might not like or whatever. And you'd be like, oh my gosh, she's doing too much. But she reminds me of that person, but she literally is she has to work 3 times as hard as anybody who's famous just so that she can be where she's at right now. And people don't think, like, people don't know that. Like, it is fun to criticize her sometimes because it's like, girl, what are you talking about? Like, you
saw her. She was like, you only in New York if you was born here.
Yeah,
she's like, so confident. Shut the fuck up.
Like, come on, girl. You know what I mean? Like, you haven't lived here in so long, but like, it's just
that's probably her way. She probably moving back.
But but another thing too is like, I love to like criticize her for entertainment purposes, but not like to fucking tear her down and be like, yeah, because I'm like, she birthed all of us. She was the one who she birthed all of us. She was the one that was kind of like, yo, I'm doing it. And I was like, yo, I want to do like what J-Lo's doing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So whether she acknowledges that or not, because there are parts of her that I'm like, girl, you're going to be that delusional about stuff. But it's still like, you can lead by example. And that's one thing that I've learned from people that are successful.
Yeah.
That I'm like, sometimes leading by example is enough just to show me that I can do it, you know?
That's the beauty. I feel like I'm living my dream just because I get messages like that. Like, you're inspiring me. Like, and to have like different men and women, like Rose, like people, we got 24 hours. You must have 32.
Yo, for real, Rose.
Like, you're always doing something. We made it to Hot 97 this week. I couldn't believe I co-hosted that show. Like,
yes, that's amazing.
That was this week?
This past week. Shout out to Mornings with Meryl. Like, the way that the culture is shifting, and now like the light is on us. Like, and we are some of the prime people that everyone's finally like noticing, you know, like, but we've been putting in the work.
And I like it. I like it that way better because I know that the star that shines the brightest doesn't last the longest. You know what I mean? Like I realize that because it's like you could be so shiny, so bright. Everybody wants to do that, and like and pay. And then after a while, then that
se apagó
la luz. Versus like
that would hurt.
After like, you know, just after a while, like little by little, building yourself and routines outside of your vision is important.
Very
like,
much.
What does your body need? What does your body need to get up and get the energy to speak, to do this, to that? Like, you have to like think about your body. If you're not thinking about your body every day when you wake up, you're gonna be extra moody. You're gonna take things way too personally. You're gonna be a type of person that like you don't realize how much. Like, it wasn't until I really started working out and started doing things that I realized I'm like, yo, like, I was a bitch for no reason, or I didn't see this clearly, or And it's just like taking care of yourself, the way you eat, the thing, like you
working out gives out the good hormones, the good genes. What's the word for it? I forget. There you go. You see,
and
then this is why she went to college.
Oxytocin is the love hormone, but dopamine is the one that people need to be a little happy.
So it's like that's the only way you're gonna accomplish that. If you accomplish little goals for yourself, like forget about being number one star. Like, great, that's great, but like, what are you doing on the day to day to get there? You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing when nobody's watching?
Period. I think for me, like going back to the first question, like what was the original dream? I think my dream has changed over the course of time. I think when I first started, like I just found this opportunity to have expression and I wanted to be this legendary comedian, which I've kind of been shying away from. Like that's a huge responsibility. I still have to do it because I put it out into the universe so many times. So I'm on my way. But I think I sat down a few weekends ago and I was like, let me make an artist manifesto. Like I really sat down, I got on Notion and I was like, what is my why? And then even with everything changing, I'm like, if I don't make $1 million and if I don't get the recognition I want, what would still make me feel fulfilled? And I think for me, like my dream is to use my stand-up to help women feel safe. Like, because I never felt that safety. So I feel like that's why it's a little different for me. Like I'm not really attached to like the followers or the likes because my work is done every day in person. Like there's always a woman in the audience or like there's a man in the crowd that I'm kind of like, I'm not trying to like tear him down. People think I hate men. It's like I get to speak to these people in real life. Like not in the comments, not whatever. Like I'm there doing my job every day. And even through this podcast, like there's so many women that are probably being seen through all three of us that it's like, I'm doing my job. So I feel like my dream kind of went away. Like obviously in high school, I wanted to be like a pop star. You know, I'm still going to drop an album one day, you know? But I think as you grow up, I'm like, what purpose am I serving versus what am I being seen for? And I think as I'm getting into 36 and whatever, I'm like, if I just make women feel safer, that's what I want to do. Like, I'm okay with that. Like, even sometimes getting so much attention makes me nervous. I don't want to be in charge of people's like, you know, being responsible for like when you're a public figure, people put this responsibility on you to like make choices for them. And I'm like, do not listen to me.
Like I would say this, like I don't believe in being put on a pedestal. Like
don't
put me on a pedestal because like, yes, I believe the things that I believe and all that stuff, but there's gonna be moments I might be wrong. You know what I mean? So don't I'm not trying to build a cult either. Like I am just a human being.
And you did what worked for you. And what worked for you might not necessarily work for someone else.
Right.
It's your journey. As I say, everybody has such a different journey.
But I notice a lot of the times I'll do stuff and then people do exactly what I'm doing and then it doesn't work for them. And then they like kind of look at me like, well, it didn't work for me. Like, what else am I supposed to do? I'm like, because it's not your journey. Like, that was my journey. Like, you got to listen to yourself, really, and sit down and listen to yourself and like, what is for you? Because it is difficult. And like, I remember like thinking about wanting to be like this movie star and this, you know, stand-up comedy wasn't what I thought, right? But it started morphing into like a performer. I like being on stage because I wanted to be a singer, really. That's really what I wanted to be. And then I just knew that every time I saw a microphone, like I wanted to be on stage. Yeah. You know, so I'm like, I like the stage calls me. And as I'm doing this one woman show and I'm writing it and I'm exploring all these different facets of me, I'm like, yo, this feels like what I should be doing. Like,
but it took everything else you were doing to create that. Like, I feel like the same thing with all of our lives. Everything that I'm doing now is better because of all the other things that I did that I never even thought. I never thought I would be doing stand-up or producing my own shows. I started in theater. Yeah. I started in theater and singing in church. Yeah. And I was in the church band.
Yo, yeah, love it. I feel like I have to go to church. I'm like, what?
No, but church choir, church band. And then like it all paid off to like who I am now.
Yeah. And I feel like I have a story to tell, right? And I think that drives me more than anything is that I have a story to tell. And there's a lot of people that are like me or probably gone through a version of what I went through. Right. And they don't really have a voice. And I have a need to, like an insatiable need to connect with people.
It's your calling, darling.
I want to connect with millions and hundreds and thousands of people, but from a real place, not from like an unauthentic place, you know?
No. Yeah. What's something you almost never started though? Because I feel like we could have not been here today. But if you didn't take like that step, what's something that in your journey that helped you get here that you almost never started? Like I almost never produced shows. Never. And it was this, my friend Kate, she wasn't that forced me to do it. And this was like 7-8 years ago. I'm like, if she never like forced me to do it, because one thing about me, it takes me 10 years to start something. When I start, you know, I don't stop. If she never like booked the venue and be like, we're putting your talent out here, I would have never produced any show. There's so much shit that probably wouldn't exist right now if that girl didn't push me. She's like, you're going. Like, I would have never done that.
I'm going to tell you this right now. If I was introduced to Instagram the way that it is right now, I would have never done Instagram. Because I didn't know that it was going to give me a platform and a voice and it was going to give me notoriety and fame. I didn't know that. So I didn't know the pressures that were going to come from it. And I just remember like working in the hotel, like getting paid really good money, having a 9-to-5 job and kind of being like, I'm fine here. And then I pick up this phone, I start talking to it, I start getting notoriety and all these things. And I'm just like, I have to explore this now.
Right.
Yeah. Like I have to know what this is. And then it made me realize that the little girl in me always wanted to be an entertainer. But the fear of failing always kept me from trying. It always kept me from doing theater. It always kept me from doing play. Like I was always afraid of auditions and all that stuff. Like until this day, I am horrible at auditions. But it's like once you give me the role, you're like, damn, this girl's good.
She's great.
Like she's fucking good. Cause I'm like in audition, I'm like, but it's that fear of failing, right? And then I get thrown into this place and I'm like, oh no, I have to explore it now. Like I have to be this person now.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
For me, it was stand-up. I never thought I was going to do stand-up.
Yeah.
We were doing like skits and sketches for like a good 15 years. And I remember like with one of my boyfriends, he used to watch stand-up. And I don't know if he was secretly trying to be like, yo, get off this internet and get on stage energy,
Or
you know, like
subconsciously.
Yeah. And I just never thought, I never in a million years, I thought that was gonna happen until one of the guys was like, yo, you should like get on stage, work with Tommy real quick.
Yeah.
And then that's how it started.
Yeah.
You know what Lady Gaga said? You can have 99 people in the room, but you only need one person. One person. Speaking of, because we got this on the thing. Do you feel like your relationships change with people like when you start following your dreams? Like your family or your...
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to evolve.
Yeah,
you have to evolve. And they're not gonna see the dream, so they're not gonna get it, and they're gonna judge, and they're gonna think whatever, you know, like that's not their dream to see. So that is gonna change because you have to start building some boundaries. You have to start putting yourself first. Gotta put me first.
Yeah.
You know, like Lucius.
And you know what's so funny about that? Like once you're following your dreams, it's the thing that's attaching you to your dream is something greater than you, right? So if you wake up heavy every day, and you're huffing and puffing, and you're like, then this is not what you should be doing, like at all. Like, and you do need to find a job, obviously, of some sort. But if you're huffing and puffing, like once you really connect with yourself, you have this innate feeling that it's gonna work because your talent is going to shine through your insecurities. So you could, like, I remember being on stage and inside I'm emotionally wrecked. I'm like, and then people were like, people be like, yo, you did great on stage. I'm like, thank you. And they're like, and I'll be like, yo, I was fucking nervous as hell. They're like, I couldn't tell.
They couldn't tell.
And I was like, really? And that's when I started realizing, I'm like, yo, I'm a natural, you know, like I'm naturally talented. But once you are really connected to your talent, it doesn't feel like a chore. That's why when there's some people that they look at you and they go, how do you do it? Like, how are you doing it? How are you doing it? Ask yourself, if this is meant for you? Because people don't understand the amount of work that goes into any other stuff. Like they don't know. Like they don't know
get it.
a lot of emotional.
But I will say, I think that there are parts of, there's this book that I read, Big Magic.
Yeah.
One of my exes gave it to me. Shout out to him, Sagittarius.
They give you books.
Yeah, my boys read. I'll tell you that. And they said every career comes with a shit sandwich. It doesn't matter what you choose. You're going to eat shit at something. So I do say, like, I think with stand-up, I think it's a little interesting because you could do stand-up and also have, like, things you can, like, things that come out of it. Like, you can go and be a writer, you can go and be an actress. Like, but for me, like, stand-up is the thing that gave me the opportunity to do all these things. But I'm like, there are parts of the job that it is eating shit. Like, and I do have, like, I never wanted to produce. I hate producing. But I was like, you're so great at it. I'm like, no, it's just the shit sandwich I had to eat to build a stage for myself, because we don't get opportunities. Like, the opportunities that we're seeing in the Dominican culture right now, like, these did not exist, like, when we first started. So it's like, I was like, I either have to go downtown and, like, you know, not have any leverage or any say in this, or we could build something uptown and have leverage and say, and whatever, like, you know, things, they're still growing, they're still building. But I'm like, I hate producing.
I remember when we were like, we were talking about, I was producing one of the community shows for one of the Dominican shows parade that we were doing, a community work. And you were like, and I'm going to get us in United Palace.
I did say, yo, I've been saying a lot
of
shit.
Like, and I was like, yo, that's one of my dreams too, like for us to be able to perform this. She's like, no, I'm going to get us there.
We're going to get us
there. I'm going to get us there. You did that shit in like 6 months.
I don't.
After you said that,
I don't.
You
play.
did it in 6 months.
Like, when I make up my mind, it takes me a long time to make up my mind because I'm indecisive. But when I make up my mind, nothing will stop me. And it's better that you're on my side because you're going to get there. If you're against me, you will regret that.
Yo,
you will regret it. Like, there are institutions that I have. Like, people be beefing with peers. I be beefing with institutions. Like, I don't think people understand that. Like, the games you playing, they're down here. Like, I am in rooms and I'm having these conversations, and I don't need to, like, I'm not really good at, like, boasting and be like, I did this or whatever. But it's like, I wanted to be a United Palace. I went in there. I was like, I look raggedy as fuck. I gotta talk to the CEO. I need to let him know that we need to do comedy here. And I looked completely unpresentable, but I was like, this is the only, I think I was like living between LA and New York. Like, this is the only time I'm gonna catch everybody. So I put together a deck. I'm like, this is why we need to have comedy here. And he was like, I don't know. It's something we've never done. I'm like, you need to trust me. You need to trust me. And look at all the things that came out of that.
Now there's so many comedy shows there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so many Dominican comedy shows there, which is great because, you know, a lot of the times it's like the work is done behind our, like, when people don't notice it, right? So like, people go, oh my God, there's so many Dominican shows. It's like, you don't know what went into that, you know? And also that's why it's like a lot of the things and a lot of the privileges that we have today, even in society, we don't know who was the person that opened the door. You know what I mean? We don't know. We just walking in, we're like,
they crawl so you can walk.
That's why you have to do.
They crawl so you can walk.
And that's why it's so important to, like, you know what you're doing it for and why you're doing it, because
the bigger picture.
Because the bigger picture is, were you doing it for your people in the first place? And it was yes. The bigger picture, it was for our people to get recognized and to be in spaces where for me, it was more like Hollywood would be like, I don't know who you are. Like, you kind of don't exist. We went from, like, I'm telling you, like, going to California and people being like, oh my God, like, I don't know what a Dominican is. So now, like, we outside.
Everybody's like,
you know what
Dominican.
I'm saying? Like, that to me is very rewarding. You know?
But, you know, that's something that we talked about in the first episode. You don't give yourself credit for going to LA and be like, hey guys, it's really bad out here. We need help. And, like, then other people going and then seeing
it's really bad out here. Like,
and then taking, I mean, I don't think at the end of the day, like, the most important thing is that we all have opportunities now, but, like, taking credit for something that you kind of, like, build the seeds for. And it's just annoying because, like, I feel especially as women, like, it's just erasure. Like, it's like you just coming in here on some Christopher Columbus and you, my friend.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I mean, people do that. And that's why it's like, you have to learn how to know what it is that you want to do, how you want to do it. Because the core of who you are and what you want to accomplish, ain't nobody going to take that away from you.
Exactly.
Ain't nobody going to take that away from you. And like, if I could inspire women to be comics, or if I can inspire women to, you know, be creative or whatever, then that's what the fuck I'm doing.
The crazy thing is that it's beautiful that we're inspiring women, but the bigger picture is that we're inspiring men.
Oh,
yeah, that's also
clock that tea.
So, and that's
we're
real.
Literally
that's
inspiring
real. That's
men.
real.
Isn't that the job of the Dominican woman?
You know, just bring matriarchy back.
Honestly, that is really when we started Morir Soñando.
I've inspired a lot of Dominican men in the comedy world right now.
I feel like when we started the Morir Soñando, I was like, it's best that the future of comedy is held in the hands of the matriarchs. because ego is not a thing here. I think when you leave it in the hands of a man, I'm not trying to be like shady or whatever, the ego gets involved. It ends up like falling apart, whatever. But in the hands of a woman, there is a different type of consideration of like, which is could be also like our flaw of like, everyone deserves
It's
space.
our nurturing, giving energy. We're very nurturing, giving. Everyone can come energy.
That's why I'm not worried about it. Like, I'm not worried about what they're doing.
I don't
That's
even
why every
care.
day, like, I'm just see people growing and I go, that's what's up. That's what's up. We're growing. We outside. And then it makes me go, okay, so that means that whatever we were doing before was working. And this could go to the next level. Yeah. You know, and I'm already starting to see that. Like the fruits of everything just kind of being like, you know, oh my God, what's next? What's next? You know,
and the word of mouth, when people like talk to us, like never be afraid to promote your brand. Like promote your brand over and over. Yeah. Like it's beautiful. This lady from the show that I had this weekend, she was like, and I'm just so glad you were posting about it. I would have not known.
Yeah, you have to post. You have to post. I think that that's why it's like, if you're an entertainer, you got to know that you're an entertainer. And you got to know that from the bottom of your heart. Because if you're someone that, I don't want to post today because it's going to be corny, it's cringe, then you don't want to be an entertainer and fucking stick to your 9 to 5 job.
I will post 3, 4, 5 shits back to back.
Yeah, because you have to, because it's true. Like, the algorithm isn't the same anymore.
Sometimes people ask me, like, they'll hit me up and be like, you know, how are you so good at marketing? I'm like, you have to be annoying. I am naturally annoying. Like, I will find you through every channel. I'm like, they don't understand how many emails I've sent, promote. Like, if you go through the inbox of Mauricio Soñando, there has to be 10,000 messages that come to the show, come to the show, come to the show. Like, it is, you have to be annoying. Like, you just have, it's just part of the process.
And you making people's day. You know, when you do that. Because it's like, sometimes people don't have shit going on. And people's probably like, yo, I don't got shit going on. And they'll be like, yo, actually, now I have something going on. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know. And that's why it's like, if you're an entertainer, you got to know that in your core and go for it. There's some people that they want to copy and paste your life into theirs. And I'm like, this is why you're struggling, because you don't even know what you want. You're just so busy looking at what other people having that you don't realize what you want.
I call those destiny swappers. And God bless them. And sometimes, you know, they'll try to reach a certain level and they'll try to replace you, but they can't even handle the workload that comes from it.
I would like, if you compete with me, best of luck, because I can compete with me.
Yeah, but I like competing with me is crazy because I don't even see you like that.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. That's the thing.
Like, I'm competing with myself.
Right. That you're not competing. That's the thing. It's like, when you wake up and you working on yourself is a 24-hour job.
What?
Okay, it's a 24-hour job. If you really go, you know what? It could be whatever. This friend, this thing, this relationship, this boy, they didn't text you back. Don't you gotta go to the gym? Don't you gotta do this? Don't you gotta sign up for classes? Don't you gotta sign up for this?
Don't you gotta brush your teeth?
Don't you gotta brush your teeth? Don't you gotta, like, I'm telling you, like, all of that stuff, you come out of there and you, oh my God, you look better. You're glowing. You're this, you're that.
But that's why I get so annoyed. People like, you didn't text me back. I'm like, I am working on myself. Like, I am so, and if I don't if you're not in like the core 5 of like people that feed into me and like they're in the day-to-day of what I'm doing, like, I am so busy. And it's not on purpose. I'm not trying to say I'm better than you.
I understand that.
I just don't have time to go back and forth. Like, I just don't have that time. So I'm like, I'm busy. It takes a lot of time.
I don't even want to receive phone calls right now unless it's about what I'm doing at the moment. And I feel bad because I'm like, yo, this person keeps calling. But every time you're calling me, I'm literally in the middle of something.
I know. So what it takes, they take it personally. So sometimes I'll be like, I didn't write back to you in 5 years. I'm sorry. I was trying to get on fucking Netflix.
Yeah.
When I got on Netflix, I wrote back to 20 people. 20 people got a response for me.
Yeah. I think that you're right. Like, there's sometimes there's like people want to be like, yo, let's sync up. And it's like, it's not that I'm better than you, because that's not what I think at all. It's just that there is not enough time left for me to accomplish the goal that I need to accomplish.
Yeah.
And so I need to focus on that.
And please understand, do not take that personal.
And it's not only, and the thing is, like, you shouldn't take it personal, because at the end of the day, whatever I'm working on is entertaining to you. So at the end of the day, you win. If I succeed, you win, because you got something to talk about. You got something to see.
You
got
share
something you got something you inspired
could talk about
by.
Me.
Yeah. Like, I do not take it personal. Like, people that I used to be really close with, they blow up and then they're like everywhere. Like I don't take it personal because I already know. Like I already know. I'm like, yo, they have a different team in their ear. They have so many. You don't even know the arguments you have to go through with people you're working with. You know what I mean? Like if you're working with a production company or like if you're a director, they're trying to direct the film, like production, like just mad stuff. You have no idea how many people you have to chase. You have no idea.
Especially doing things by myself. Like I have say something and I'm producing that by myself. I got my partner that has the space, but like all the other little things, and this person kind of gave me a little attitude and this, and you're just trying to hold the pieces of everything.
That book and then take it personally, be like, oh, the Rose, who she thinks she is. I'm like, I'm just trying to produce a good show.
And then they have like this personal vendetta towards you. Sometimes they be like, you know what? She wasn't paying attention to me 5 years ago. It's like I was in another world. I wasn't even
doing
like. I think sometimes you have to be the villain. Let me ask you ever have imposter syndrome? Like all the great things you ladies have accomplished.
Not anymore.
You don't have imposter syndrome?
I don't have not 1 inch of imposter syndrome anymore.
I think I still have imposter syndrome.
I don't have that.
No, like, I pretty much know who I am.
Yeah.
I like who I am when I walk in all these different rooms. I don't feel like I'm performing.
Yeah.
Unless I'm on that stage. But like in terms of like the networking part, like I am who I am. If I'm a little quiet, maybe I'm just being observant. If you get to see the crazy side of me and fun side of me, that means I really fuck with you.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not ashamed of any of those sides. And I don't care anymore what people think.
Yeah.
I'm done with that, like feeling bad. And that's not what I like. I'm done with acting or feeling bad if people don't see you. Like, God is blessing us that a lot of that is protection.
Yeah. And there's another thing too, right? Like, you're not going to be friends with everybody.
Yeah.
You're not. As much as you want to be friends with everybody, you can't. Like, some people are oil and water. Is there something wrong with water? No. Is there something wrong with oil? No. But together they don't match.
But what French Montana said.
Yeah. What he said.
A friend to all is a friend to none, so don't test me.
Hey. And
I
that's
went
true.
deaf on a bitch.
Yeah. For real. For real. And
I don't have to be friends with everybody, but I'm always have respect.
100% I have respect.
Somebody called me lenient yesterday. They said I was very lenient. I'm like, why would I go around being mean? Like, there's no reason to be mean. We just don't gel, and that's okay.
I don't think about being mean to anybody.
I don't love anyone enough to hate them.
Right,
Let's
exactly.
start that. Like, I don't even love you enough to hate you.
That's a
like,
fact.
I gotta really love you in order for you to get me mad that I hate you.
Yeah.
But I remember being so understanding each and every time, and I am courteous and out there, but if you've already shown me who you are, I'm not trying to rewrite you. I'm not trying to put different colors on you. And I'm not going to be like super jolly. I'm not going to be fake. I'll keep it very like, oh, hello. Yeah, and then,
cordial,
you know, like.
Keep it cordial.
Yeah. I don't even want to give them that cordialness. Like, I'm not going to be rude.
Yeah.
But you're gonna like just stay in your place. You decided to be there, stay there.
I feel like
people that want to be rude for like no reason, just because they feel like they're winning at the moment. It's like the pendulum always swings. That. Like, like you're hot right now, but you're not gonna be hot tomorrow. Like you don't know what tomorrow brings, and it's like if you want to be rude for no reason, that's on you. That's gonna catch up on you.
Rude or act like you made it. Like we all
we
still in the same fucking rooms.
Yo, and the fact exactly. That's another thing. That's like we be in the same rooms.
Yeah, we in the same rooms.
But the funny thing is, like, you think because you're achieving a certain amount of success right now that you're successful. One, maintaining that. If you don't know who you are and you've achieved a certain amount of success on social media and you don't know who you are, to try to maintain that success is going to be so hard because you don't know who you are. You don't know what you want. You don't know what you want to do. And so you start, you start creating from a desperate place.
Oh,
and that's not, like,
I never want to do that.
Yes.
Yeah. That's why for me, I'm like, I'd rather be, for me, I'm like, yo, the star that shines the brightest does not last the longest. All I want to do is like, I want to put in the work that makes sense for me internally, that I know that I can continue doing consistently, because consistency beats talent all the time.
All the time.
All the time. You know how many talented people came and went? Like when you think about when social media first started and all that stuff. And I just keep thinking about, I can't even remember their names. People online, super talented people. Don't remember them anymore because they're not consistent or whatever. It's like, you got to know that this is what you want to do.
What about celebrities?
Like what?
Is it anyone that has a major comeback?
I think
I feel like
a celebrity that has had a
that
major
fell off
comeback.
and came back.
they've been pretty consistent. I mean, Rihanna's the only one.
I'm like, Rihanna's the only person that came
Rihanna's
out.
the only person that's like been not doing anything and still on everybody's radar.
Yeah.
But she's on pause.
But she's been on pause for a decade now.
It's been
her
a
pause
decade?
is still on work. Her pause is still
like
creating. She's very like focused on. Like, I just love how she's just like, yeah, I know y'all want this, but this is what I'm doing now.
Right. Yeah, I might tease a little bit about me being in the studio, but I might not, you know, like,
now
You know, I'm also just popping out another 3 kids probably.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing too, is like she did give us like so many hits. You know what I mean?
She was working her ass off.
She
We
was
talked about
working-
it in our pop star episode.
Yeah, like but I don't think I think celebrities, for what I can tell, like even Cardi B, when I think about Cardi B when she first started, like being in the same circles as her at one point, and then where she's at now, she's been consistent.
Yeah.
She never stopped.
She never fell off.
She never stopped. Like even if she had a couple songs that people didn't like, she's been consistent. She's always working. She's always working. You know what I mean? Like, that's why you have to know. If you want to be in an entrepreneur life, it's an entrepreneur life. Like, you gotta do every day. It's like to be an entrepreneur, you gotta be an entrepreneur. Every day you're hitting somebody up. You're thinking about expanding. You're thinking about, oh shit, this is what I'm gonna be doing. Every day. It's not, yo, man, I did this fucking short film 12 years ago and I almost got into fucking Sundance. Then do another one.
Damn.
Do another one.
You're only as good as your last project. Let's be real.
And
that's why I like stand up, because you get the information the day of.
Yeah.
Like, bitch, you suck today. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
And it be like, I be failing. Like,
and then the next day you could kill.
And you gotta be okay with failure too. Like, you gotta be okay to fail.
I've been bombing like shows back to back, and then I did that show yesterday. I'm like, I'm back, baby. I'm back.
It's so crazy because she just kept fucking up, but that worked for you.
But it's a little like
it worked.
It was like, it was amazing. I just felt like there's something I have to say.
It was a banter. Like it was just
the banter with myself been back and forth.
When it comes to being a creative, like, what are we willing to share? These talents aren't ours. It isn't. It isn't ours. It
what
isn't
are you
ours.
willing to share? What are you talking about?
What are you willing to share? Like, when you're creative, what are you willing to share? Meaning, like, what is in your mind? Like what you said is like, oh, I want to create a safe space for women like me.
I think I'm willing to share my mistakes.
That's amazing.
Because I'm not ashamed of my mistakes.
That's amazing.
Like,
that's it right there.
Yeah. So that whenever I speak or whenever I do something, like sometimes I read, there's a man that made a stitch to this podcast. Like, there's Sasha, there's this crazy girl. And I'm like,
there was a stitch?
I've been going through the comments. Have you heard of my friends?
Wait, there's a stitch?
Yep. There was a man that he was promoting the podcast and he was talking about that you were so amazing and that I was your crazy co-host.
I think you're making this up.
I'm not.
I've never seen this stitch. Well, thank you for watching it.
I saw it. Yeah, he called me crazy. And I was like, you know what? Yeah.
When did you see that?
I was on Instagram.
But when did you see that video?
A few weeks ago.
Yeah,
don't worry. I marinated on a little bit. And I'm like, it's crazy because I don't fit like a standard that you believe women should fit in, or because I'm honest about like my mistakes. Like, why is that crazy? Because you're not used to like people, like I'm okay with admitting my flaws. So I'm like, that's what I said I'm going to share with the world. There's things that I don't share, like my family, I'm a little protective of them. So
yes.
Like, that's why I feel like we do have like a yin and yang, because like you do talk about your family. I'm like, I get to feel this feeling of release. Like when you make your jokes about your brother, like the brother character.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone gravitates to that. I'm like, I know a family member like that. And I can't talk about them, but thank you for doing service.
Yeah.
Look, let me tell you something, and I'm going to be honest. My family has traumatized me enough that I'm like, I'm going to talk about y'all because I shouldn't have never went through whatever I went through. It is what it is. And it's like, I could understand when people like put like the elbow grease to like raise you and like be imperfect at the same time. But like, there's people that put the elbow grease. Like, you know, my aunt and uncle, they're the only ones that could really be like, yeah, y'all really held me down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Y'all held me down and shit. But like my dad, like he calls me every day and he did the best he could. And my stepmom, we've had like whatever, like our little things. But, you know, I'm grateful. What I would say is that I am grateful that I was embraced by people and at the best capacity that they could embrace me. But yeah, I went through a lot. Like I went through a lot. And it was mad funny because I learned that I have so much compassion because somebody was like, you know, using me as a reference point because somebody was mad at another person in the family. They was like, Sasha went through mad stuff and she mad forgiving. Why can't you just forgive? And
Why
I'm
can't
like,
you?
Like, why can't you?
Yo,
And I'm
that's
like,
so funny.
because you're not me. Like, I was born kind of like being able to step in other people's shoes, right? So when sometimes for me it's jarring when people can't do that, when people could just be like, and I'm like, okay, like you really can't see how that's affecting this person. Like, you know, like sometimes that's jarring to me, and sometimes that has affected how much I would post for a certain amount of time. I think I'm back now, like posting, and I know what I want to say. Like now you see me in your algorithm. Like I'm because I know what I want to say. I'm a whole adult now. But there were moments where I'm like, ooh, I don't want to hurt people. I don't want to hurt people's feelings. I don't want to say this. I don't want to say that. But I know myself enough to be like, this is what I said, and I'm standing behind it.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. It's your experience too. Like, and it matters.
Yeah, but everyone has a different purpose, right? Like, I can't talk about my family. I did that one joke with my aunt, and she's still not talking to me. Where I called her a bitch.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Shout out to my mom that lets me
I'll
talk
say
about her
this.
all the time.
Yeah, you talk about your mom all the time, but she's fun.
It's different. I don't know. I just
no,
feel
but
like,
I think that your dating life is more entertaining.
Yeah, no, it's just,
to be honest,
I'm not attached to any of those decisions or any of those people that I've dated. I'm like, here's all the stories. I've rearranged some man's furniture, and that was stupid. We were not together.
Oof.
I picked out all his furniture.
That's so funny.
That hurt my feelings. I guess this is the second time I talk about it.
I know. That's how I know your feelings are hurt. It's like, it's not a big deal. I don't want to, let's move on. It's like, girl.
But
like,
I do think like as an artist, I'm still discovering my artist identity. That's why I wrote down my artist manifesto, because I was like, I think as a Gemini, I struggle a little bit because I do have like two ways I express myself. There's like the, you know, I don't give a fuck about what I say. And then it's like, actually, I do give a fuck.
Yeah.
So I'm figuring out what that looks like for me. So I have to, everybody's a little different.
What about you? What's like your manifesto? Like,
what do I see for myself? Like, I definitely would love to just have like a big on-screen romance comedy vibe. You know?
Oh, it's happening.
I would love
happening.
to.
Like, that'll
Something
be
like a family trip
hilarious.
movie.
Like something funny that has some love in it. Like I want the corny shit, but our way. Like, you know, with some real good jokes with real good writers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a whole community now.
Yeah. My manifesto is really to have the same career that Donald Glover has.
Yeah.
Like, I'm either creating projects and I'm in front of the camera sometimes or behind the scenes. You know, sometimes I act, sometimes I don't. But I like to really be hands-on creatively. Like, if someone has a script, I love to read it and I love to give notes. If I can connect a creative with another creative, I would love to do that. Like, you know, like learning how to produce, because my thing right now is storytelling, right? I think that my number one thing is storytelling. I love stories. I was always writing when I was a kid. What I love about movies is stories, right? So for me, I'm like, if I could continue producing stories with me in front of the camera or me out behind the scenes, like, I see that as a life that I want to live.
Yeah.
You know, where I could just be on the call and be like, did you hire this? Did you speak to this? You know what I mean? Like, I can see myself doing that, you know, and being more involved in the community. Like, you know, like seeing like how these kids, for me, how after school programs changed my life and how it introduced me to the arts, which was theater and all that stuff. Like, we need that for children. We need that.
I feel like we're finally getting that back.
In the arts.
Yeah.
We're getting that back. We got Zoran. I know, you know, people have different mixed emotions about him, but I feel like he's done such a great job already. And those school programs are important. Going to some of these community events, like I remember I went to something comedy in Harlem and we were filling out forms like, would you want money for like instruments in schools? Like,
of course.
And I'm like, yes. I put yes for everything. Everything was like, I remember we used to have all of
these
this.
things. All of these things.
They don't have like some of these schools don't even have computers that these kids could use.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane. Like, so we want all those programs back.
Yeah,
we do. Sorry, we do have to wrap this up. I think we went a little over time, but what's one thing you wish you would have known before you started? This episode was so serious. It's like one of those like documentary episodes in a podcast.
Something I knew before I started.
Something somebody told you that would before you started.
Oh my God, that's like
That's too deep. I could find another question.
I don't know. Like,
Sorry.
I feel like
something that you ask that question again.
What's something you wish you would have known before you started?
That I didn't know enough, and that I should always ask for help, and that I can't do it by myself.
And that I wish I knew that some of the people that I love the most were gonna hurt me the most in this.
Yes, that is very deep.
Yep.
I would have been a little bit more prepared for it.
Yeah, I wish I would have known that.
Less attached, spoken less, told them less about me, not giving them access.
I wish I would have been less giving.
Yeah.
I wish I would have been less giving and more selfish.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was very like community and I still am community oriented. Obviously, it's important to me, but it was too much in the forefront where I was being depleted. So now I feel like I'm switching to being not self-centered, but like I have to do me first, and then I can get to everybody else.
I think that's that's how you have to do it. Yeah.
But for 7-8 years of my career, I was not doing that. I was doing the community first. So when I got my opportunities, I never got to really enjoy them because like fuck, all this energy I put into all these other places, I wasn't prepared for my individual moment.
Yeah.
So I got my thing on Netflix. Even when I look at the Funny AF, I've been writing the Substack article for like 2 months, and I need to put it out. But something I was reflecting on is like, I got the opportunity of my dreams and I was not prepared for it. I was exhausted from like everything else I had given everybody else. And it's like, I wanted to be on Netflix. I wasn't prepared the way I wanted to be on there.
Right.
Like the girl who started in 2018, she was not there. She was not clocked in. It was like, I was still there and I still think I did a good job, but I didn't get to really like be in the moment fully. Yeah. And I don't have regrets of it, but I'm like the third time, because third time's the charm, I'm showing up.
Yeah.
I'm showing up.
I think that's the thing about it. It's like when you think about people who are super successful right now, you probably got to look at their trajectory of like what they were doing when they were children, right? And a lot of times they've been doing this since they were kids. So when they had the opportunities when they were younger, they weren't prepared either. But because they started at a younger pace, or like they were younger when they started, when they're the same age as you, they look like they're skyrocketing because they started way before we even thought about starting. So it's like, that's another thing that I have to give myself grace for, that I'm like, I wasn't ready. And I'm like, yeah, well, because I was learning lessons at the same time. Yeah. And I got to really see, I'm like, what it takes. I really got to see what it takes to be prepared for what it is that I want. And that's why it's like, now when you talk about it, like the imposter syndrome, I'm like, I don't have it because I know what I got and who I am. So yeah. Amen to that.
Well,
this was a deep
profound
episode.
Aww.
This is episode 19, 18, 17.
18. Let's wrap up because we got to do the last one.
Yeah, we haven't even, we're in 53 still.
No, what time did we start? We started at 3:30.
Oh yeah, we did.
I just can't read. The clock is so big. What time is it?
Yeah, I'm so excited. Anyway, guys, there's a wrap on this episode.
Yes.
All right.
What are your dreams?
Yeah, what are your dreams?
And are you following
Comment them. And please, we see you in the comments. If you have any stories,
I saw that guy share with crazy.
Yo, I gotta see that. Anyway, I love you guys. There's a wrap. See ya. Bye.